Okay, this is the semifinals of the eighth chat tournament or weekly open. We are playing Delial. It's the big one. Always a fantastic matchup and a big matchup. And Delial is one of two current players to have a plus record against me in anything, but especially in any open format. He's up one on me, and yeah, so this is going to be a 7-minute game. There will be thinking done by at least one of us. He is upset that he's not going to be starting Cypher in 1. Can we rule it out so quickly? We can probably rule it out so quickly. I'm going to be a bit distracted as I make this video because I will presumably be chatting with him a bit during the game, trying to distract him on his turns. Does he have a directional weakness? He has an 8 to the left, he has 10s up and down, he has a couple 9s to the right. So left weakness is the thing to hone in on. How does Tifa look? Tifa looks good. Deli and I, when we play each other, but also in general, I've mostly had pretty good randoms in events. The last video I made today, I had some really bad ones, but mostly I've had pretty decent randoms, and Delials are just horrible game after game. Both Tifa and Nuge are really tough for him to deal with. But notably, if one is blocked, neither one can fit comfortably in 2 or 4 without him having access to that. So he might have some nice ways to work around it. His natural corners are pretty well covered. If he plays Cypher 1, as said, that looks pretty bad. I think I can just take from 2, and I don't see like a setup or anything neat for him to do there. If he played, Limslaya 3998, I think that's Limslaya, not sure. In 1, I can just take with Tifa. So it is hard for him to build out starting with strength. And if he does not build out from 1, 1 is a nice square for me. Yeah, so he says random never treats him all that well. That is true. He's had just such bad random luck so far in the return. And he says depends on how sober he is to make it work. So this, of course, begs the question. How sober is he? And also, how much can we pressure him? I've played Deli. I played him in the second GB in Open, and I had an advantage. He had a poor hand, and I got what could have been a winning position if I'd found the right move, but he complicated really nicely, and I did not find my way through, and we tied. And then we also met in the current monthly GB, where we also tied, and we met in an earlier chat tournament in the finals. He says he's 50-50 if he can find a serviceable starter. We also met in another chat tournament in the finals, and in that one, he beat me pretty badly, where I didn't find a good way at all to meet his starter. So that's where we're at in our head-to-heads. So far, Deli's gotten the better of it, and not to, demean other players, but Delial is the player I consider my chief rival on the site. And it's possible that changes over time, or that someone else enters that chief rivalry tier, where, there's a few people I'm really scared of, but Delial is my main foe in these things, I think. "8686" can be a very powerful card, of course, but it doesn't play all that well against my sideways like 7s and 8s, right? So we gotta fill time. How can we fill time? Are there any other interesting games going on? logging in because for some reason when I open watch games in a new tab, so as not to ruin the video, no other open games. That's a shame. I was thinking earlier when I saw that Turds' current trade name is Tella Inside that I think it would be kind of funny to name an account something like Irvine Inside or like Nuge Inside, right? Because people naming their accounts something inside, it's always because it's saying I'm playing random trade or non-random trade, but there's potential that I draw rare. You have a chance to win rare. And I think it would be funny to just list some random undesirable common. So I may do that at some point. If you start seeing an account going around like, you know, Squall Inside, that's probably me. All right. Deli thinking says he's not drawing it out. He's just trying to find something serviceable to do. Totally legit. One mate move. I could see something like a6, 8, 5, and 8 with the idea that no, that doesn't work. And I hate side starters anyway. Abolish the side starter. Don't play side starters. This is not that I think side starters are always wrong. It's that I think they're played a significantly larger percentage of the time than they should be. Delial is probably the player that keeps his corner starter ratio the highest of players I have a lot of games of. Really respect that. I think trying to find good corner starters has higher payoff. And I think a lot of the reason people go for side starters is because there's a clear idea they can get their head around. He has gone for a side starter. So I have 7 for free. You know, I have 1 for free, but 7 comes with a capture too, so it's a little more forcing. Now, Deli's a sneaky snake, so I wouldn't entirely rule out if I played like Cecil and 7, 9A6-4, him going like 9, 5, 8, 7, and 5, right? And just immediately starting to hit me with threats. Though it doesn't look very threatening, does it? I just block 8, and what's the problem? So he doesn't think this was the ideal starter. It does seem rather unlikely, doesn't it? I have very much outlucked him in the hand wars, but I have not gotten a win yet, and he has. So, you know, take that for what you will. So if we start Cecil in 7, I think the only really critical move to look at for him is 8-6, 8-6, and 1. I don't really think... Maybe he wants to just go 5, because then I don't have a way to attack A6, 8, 5. He does make it safe. But I feel like he's giving so much ground there. It's really hard to believe in that. Really hard to believe in that. So, if he's... I think, yeah, because I don't think he has a good cue after that. Nor do I think he has a good move in 1 at the end. If I go 7, he goes 5, I go 8. I think the cues and moves in 1 lose. And I would also be very surprised if 3 worked. So, okay. I don't think I'm too worried about that. So I go 7, he goes 1. If we take it, he with a 1-8-A8, he has Rico to combo back, so that's not so desirable. We can also take with 5-7-7-A. We could also take from 5, though I think 5 tends to be a riskier play, and I prefer looking for the L first. That does not give me 5. That does not give me 5. That's interesting. So I don't really have a great looking L. One thing I could do is go in 7, and if he goes in 1, go in 8. And then I would have more threat of the L. That might come with a little more punch to it. But I don't think I have great winning chances there either. So is there more point in starting in 1? I do have this problem. Rico is the best card in his hand. Rico means that as soon as Nuge or Tifa starts making it into the middle row, Rico has a lot of play. So maybe the goal should be not to let him get in that middle row. Or not to let them get in it, to play them now, which would mean putting them in 1 or 7. So if I start with, say, Tifa in 1, he has a lot more freedom of what he wants to put wherever. No, this isn't clicking. I think I do sort of have this left weakness, and he has done something quite interesting against it. I think Nugent 3 is kind of interesting, actually. Nugent 3. Because he only has 2 ways to take it. I combo back both. Maybe he can play 9, 5, 8, 7, and 5, but I don't think so. Nugent 3 looks interesting. They might give him 7 for free. Might give him 7 for free. Definitely done a nice job discombobulating me. He's also not great to the left, but it doesn't super matter because he has these plus walls that play really well against my hand. I have not landed on a move I am excited to make. Which means I'm probably going to start with Cecil in 7. But I can end with so many dead cards, I don't love the look of that. Okay, I think I want to start in 1. Why? Because I sort of thought I might follow up with 5, 7, 7, A, and 8, though now, of course, I'm not going to because they play 9, 5, 8, 7, and 5, and they combo the hell out of me. No, it was 8, 5, 7, 7, A, and 5 was what I was sort of considering. Yeah, he says he's trying to isolate a card in my hand, which... Yeah. My cards don't play quite how I want them to. They don't play off each other all that smoothly. So if he goes something like Cypher in 7, I'm probably can't go in 5. That does set up Rico. Yeah, I don't like how I've handled this. Yeah. But I also wasn't sure. I didn't find a move that clicked. Because I didn't find a way to set up the L, and I didn't love any of the farther corners either. And there were no moves in the nearby sides that set up, which very much there won't be if there isn't a good L, or is unlikely to be. And I also didn't want to leave one open too long because it's a square that's dead for me. So I'm going to have to be careful, I think. And it's really hard for me to capture things because 577A often sets up combos for him. 18A8 definitely sets up combos for him. So I think I've very weirdly put myself in quite a difficult position, actually. And all of his cards are relevant in exactly one line, so I can't overwork his hand. Like something like if I played like he goes in 7, I play Vaughn in 2, he plays 3, 9, 9, 8, and 3. And that's not a card that's useful for him in any other line. So, Deli makes moves where my brain just gets all in a muddle. So he's gonna be going in 7, I think. But we have time, so we'll be able to think through some lines. But very weirdly, given his hand sucked, I think I'm gonna be the one like hoping to sneak out of this with a tie, which is not a good feeling. I wonder if I could go in 9. Alright, he's moved. And what's the point of going in 9? I still don't really have a threat in 8. Could also go 9A6 4 and 8. It's a little crazy, but not completely crazy. But it's probably a little crazier than I want. And he could play something like 3, 8, 9, 9, and 2, and I would be very confused there. He says he'll tell me after why he picked the move in 4. I think it was because 8-6-8-6 played well, and also it blocked off that left part of the board where I could build out safety. But I would love to hear his reasoning. But first, before we think about that, we gotta find a move to make. We gotta find a move to make. Yeah, none of my cards fit in any of the squares. This is... Oh, no. This is all going wrong. I have no synergies. Alright. Let's say... I just have no synergies. None anywhere. Where do I go? Where do I go? What if I played Vaughn and 8? Vaughn and 8. It's weird, I will grant you. But he only has one capture. Not that he needs to capture, but, you know, if I can play in 9 as well, that's probably going to be decent for me. And if he goes Rico in 5, he does set up some threats. But I probably can play Nuge in 2 there. So if I go Rico in 8, this is looking just like the last time I lost to him. Completely befuddled early. He can play Limslaya in 9. This is the plan. I can play 5/7/7A in 5. It's 5/5. And each of his cards, if they go in 6, only covers one of my cards that goes in 2. If they go in 2, then Nuge in 6 gets the tie, because I double capture and they're never comboing Nuge. If they go in 3, they can't set up to have 6. So Vaughn in 8 is my idea, threatening to play 9A6/4 in 9. And try to build out safety like that. And if they go Limslaya in 9, I just looked at this, my plan is 5/7/7A in 5. And I think I scrape out with a tie. And if they go in 5, the other main move for them is if I go in 8 and they go Rico in 5, they threaten 2, but now I've gotten Rico out of their hand. And I can play Nuge in 2. And I think that ties as well. So I'm going to go Rico in 8. This is looking a bit too much like my game last time. Alright, well, we made a move. And, yeah. Great moving forward by Delial. Just could not find a clear path. Really nice vision of combo potential against my cards. Delial's so good. And he finds weird moves and sides that are very good at confusing me too. Not necessarily as starters, just at whatever point in the game. And, yeah, tough stuff. Alright, Delial says he's just given his partner the most in-depth analysis he thinks he's ever given. So we'll see if he gives a really interesting one afterwards. I'm excited to hear it. Because I did not find a move I was happy with against it. And whatever his reasoning was, it got him this tremendously good position where I do currently believe I'm tying. I do not believe I currently think I'm not going to lose this game. Of course, I haven't checked if he plays 9/5/8/7 or 8/6/8/6 in 9. Both of those moves are certainly legal. The threatening one of those is definitely 8/6/8/6, because then it's harder for me to stick a card in, to stick 5/7/7A and 5, because he has the combo. But against that, I can potentially just take it. No, I can't. I cannot take it. Ooh, 8/6/8/6 and 9 might be a problem. But it's still 5/5 there. It's still 5/5 there. But there's problems there, because if I play Nuge in 5, they combo. I have a double recapture in 2, but they have the one capture they need at the end. So 8/6/8/6 and 9 is currently the move that haunts my nightmares. Man, Rico landing in 5 at some point is so annoying that 3998 gets that threatened too. Without that, things would be much more comfortable. Maybe I just block 2. Maybe if they go in 9, I can just block 2. But with what? Because if they go 9 and I block 2 with, say, Nuge, they can play 3, 9, 9, 8, and 5. It doesn't capture anything, but it doesn't have to. I just lose. So I can't block 2 with Nuge. Alright, well, we'll try to we'll try to solve this when we get to it, but I now think I'm losing this game. Can we cover a few lines? Just knock them out. 8-6, 8-6, and 9. Make sure I'm not missing a move. 9-8-6, 4, and 5. They have the same in 2. I can maximally... I need to capture 2 things back. I can capture 2 things back in 6. They capture me, I lose. Okay, 9-8-6, 4 loses. 5-7, 7, A, and 5. I go up 6-4. They combo back in 6. They combo many things, I lose. Okay, that loses. What about Nugent 5? I go up 6-4. They combo back, they go up 7-3. I can take 2 things back in 2, but they capture at the end. So all moves in 5 lose against 8-6, 8-6, and 9. What about I go in 2? 9-8-6-4 loses, I believe, to 3-9-9-8 and 5, and 9-5-8-7... No, it doesn't. Sorry. Ooh, they've used 8-6-8-6, so maybe 9-8-6-4 has some hope there. 9-8-6-4 and 2 might be my move. Alright, that'll be one to hold on to if they play 8-6-8-6 and 9. 9-8-6-4 in 2. If they go Rico in 5, I do not play Nugent 3 because they've set up a plus against that, but I play Nugent 6 and I tie. If they play Limslea in 5, I can play Nuge in 3. Or Nuge in 6 wins. They can't do that. Not wins, but yeah, that there are many ties there. So they can't beat me in 5 if I play Cecil in 2, 9-8-6-4. If they go Limslea in 3, then I lose. I lose there, right? Because they have combos on anything I could put in 5, and they combo Nuge if it goes in 6. Yeah. So this is the critical move. 9-8-6-4 in 2 is a loss because of Limslea in 3. 5-7-7-A in 2, we now have the move on board. 5-7-7-A in 2. If they play Limslea 5, I tie in 3. If they play Rico 5, I tie with Nuge in 6. If they play Limslea 1, that was the problem last time, they go up 6-4, but I can recapture with Cecil in 5, and I tie. If they go Rico in 3, I can also play 5 with a tie. Do they have a move in 6? Goofily, if they play Limslea in 6, they don't set up anything, so I'm fine. If they play Rico in 6, they do set up Limslea for 3. But I can actually just block 10, 14, 19, 16. I can block 3. So I think 5-7-7-A and 2 is a tie. Let's recheck everything because I have the time. 5-7-7-A and 2. They play Limslea in 5. The score is still even. I can block 3. That's definitely a tie with the 10 down. Nuge in 3. All right. They block 5 with Rico. They go up 6-4. I can play not Nuge in 3, that loses, but I can play Nuge in 6, and I capture 2 cards, I make it 6-4, they capture 1 back, I have the tie. Okay. If I go 5, 7, 7A in 2, and they go Rico in 3, I can block with Cecil in 5, and I have the tie. If they go Limslea in 3, I can also block with Cecil in 5. I need to hold on to Cecil for that block, because there's no way they can ever capture that. Lastly, if they go 6, if they go Rico in 6... Oh, they don't set up a combo in 3, because 577A isn't comboable there. I keep confusing which card I'm putting there. If they put Rico in 6, I can probably... I think I just win by going in 5 with 1888. If they go Limslea in 6, they have no threat on the card in 2. So unless I am completely brain dead, and I'm going to go silent for maybe 30 seconds to do it without talking it through, I think 577A in 2 is my tie. Alright. Bloop. Doop. Doop. Tie. Yeah. Doop. 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 Tie. Yeah. Whew. If I lose this, my brain is not working right, but I think we've gotten out of this. How'd the game go? A6, 8, 5, and 4. Putting this in the record. 6, 8, 8, 5, and 1. 6, 9, 8, 4, and 7. A7, 7, 5, and 8. 8, 6, 8, 6, and 9, which I did think was the best move. Deli's so good. 5, 7, 7, and 2. And hopefully we survived this. No idea why it was so threatening. It didn't feel like it should be this threatening, but man, did he find a good starter to like just surprise like pressure. Alright. Looking at this, now that we can see the position, if he goes Rico in 5, I play Nuge in 6, I get my tie. If he plays Limslea in 5, I play Nuge in 3, I get my tie. Yeah. If he plays Limslea in 3, Cecil in 5. If he plays Rico in 3, Cecil in 5. If he plays Rico in 6, Nuge in 5. If he plays Limslea in 6, Nuge in 5. Yeah. Oh. That was a slow, but I think functional 4-move calculation. So he's agreed that I got my tie, which is not who should have been struggling for a tie. I hope to have I hope it what was I talking about? Oh, I'm building I'm trying to build something that creates sort of mid-game win probabilities that you can use after to look at a game. And sorry, losing track of what I'm saying. Deli sent a message and I don't understand what he's saying. Alright, too much going on. I'm not going to be good at keeping live chatter going for a moment. But hopefully we will shortly have Deli's explanation of this all, which should be really interesting. Deli always phrases things in ways quite differently than I would. I think I am a little more... I think he is more artist and I am more scientist, but that might just be how we describe our moves. It might not have anything to do with how we actually think about them. But I've always thought Deli is such an impressive and lovely player, and I did not find anything against his starter in 4, and I feel lucky to have tied this game, which is not what should have been the case given the hands. So he said... He says, looked Cipher in 1. Oh, Cipher in 1, and saw how bad that card wrecked me in 2, right? So he wanted to start with Cipher in 1, but he saw that 5/7/7A in 2 wrecked him. So if he got me to put it in 8 or 5, he could play in 7 or 4 and weirdly have both sides. So if he can get me to play 5/7/7A in 5, then Cipher... Okay. Well, if he gets me to put 5/7/7A in 8, he can play 4, and he does weirdly have both sides. Or no, he can play 6? I'm not sure what he means, because he could play Limslea in 6. If my 5/7/7A ever went in 8, he could play 3/9/9/8 in 6. So he does have lots of setups against that. I think I'm not fully understanding... So I'll just read you what he said, and maybe you'll interpret it better. Looked Cipher in 1 and saw how bad that card wrecked me in 2. If I got you to put it in 8 or 5, somehow I could play 7 or 4 and weirdly have both sides. But 2 just sucked. That's what we've got so far. Alright, I feel I'm losing the thread. Let's tell him, make sure to make a move. Oh, there it is. Okay. Ready there. What was our tie? Cecil 5? And again, incredible to come out of these hands and a starter that looked that odd and have put all the pressure on me. What I was trying to say earlier was I want to build a thing which over the course of a game, rather than just tells you like you're winning or it's a tie, looks at how much pressure there is in the position and gives win probabilities throughout the game for the 2 players. So this game, it might have been like looking at the hands was up should be 70% score. And after Deli's great first move, maybe that drops to like 50%. And after my timid response, maybe suddenly Deli's at 60 or 70%, and suddenly I'm the one who's trying to find a tie and squeaked it out here. What's our finish? 39983. I just think it would be a cool thing to have, so I'm trying to put that together, but I'm not very good at setting it up, so it's taking me a bit. Whew, great game. Great game. Yeah. Yeah, he got me down to very few times. Yeah. Yeah. Deli thoroughly outplays me in game 1, but it's okay. Rome wasn't built in a day, or whatever that phrase means. Oh, alright. Exciting first game, I hope. That was panicky, but we were precise when we needed to be. And survived. Looks like Chickeny and Sir Smokes may be playing their clan game. That's cool. And all right, let's go again. That was something else. Deli's just the toughest person to play. There's no one quite like Deli. Alright, he has first turn again. Hopefully he has another horrible random. I notice he has lots of 10s and 5s to the left. I wonder if Zidane's going to play really well against that. Because in the right square, Zidane punishes almost everything. I have A's in every direction but left, where I have a 9. Again, probably going to be pretty reliant on Zidane. They only have a 9 to the right, though. They have a pretty real right weakness. They have quite a lot of strength going down. Ton of strength going up. Worse left and right. Interesting. Alright, hopefully we find a way to work with that. I could see 7-9-8-4 at some points. No, I couldn't. 7-9-8-4 is kind of murdered by their hand. Alright, don't think I got the big hand advantage this time, but well, we'll see what comes of this. There's a lot of games active right now. Looks like 8 games going. That's pretty sweet. Is there any like moves that jump out at me to like keep an eye on for later? A3, 6, 8, and 9. Right? That's the move that's generally tough for his hand to meet. Because he has 1 capture, but that capture is same walled real hard. And otherwise it is tough for him to address. There is nothing in his hand that can set up Quistis to take it from 6. There is nothing in his hand that can set up A495 to take it from 6. There is nothing in his hand that can set up Mustadio to take it. There is nothing in his hand that can set up Georg, 818A. Yeah, he can never take that card from 6 based on his hand's ability to set it up from 5. And the only way he could ever threaten to take it with his hand is if he plays exactly Quistis in 3 at some point. And he also, of course, has difficulty taking it from 8. So A3, 6, 8, and 9 is my hope to apply pressure at some point over the course of the game. He could, of course, play in 9 immediately and has potentially a number of ways to do so, and it does not fit in 6 or 8. You know, I don't have any potential safety building out that way. So, all right, he doesn't seem to like his hand again. I think it was better than last time, but Deli's a giant. Very hard to beat. But I think more than that, I think he will find his way out of some tricky situations, but I think he is a better attacker than defender. And if we can find a way to get him on the back foot, maybe there will be a crack in the armor. But if he finds creative moves, he is always going to be more creative than I am, I think. And going to piece things together really nicely. He does not like his random again. I'm not sure how I'd start with his random. Looking at my hand, I do think it is a left problem, but his hand isn't built to meet it. It might have a right problem as well, but his hand is also a little weird left and right, not super built to meet it. So I'm not sure where he should be thinking. Alright, so it does look like Chickeny and Smokes will be playing. And That's a game I'm pretty invested in. Go Avalanche. Smokes, you got this. But of course, this video will come out like a month and a half later and everyone will have forgotten it. But that's okay. Everyone will have also forgotten my game. I should say, if I haven't said it, Delial's one of 2 players to have a plus record against me in Open, the other being Piggyman since the return. So, would very much like to get revenge, and maybe the hand gods will help me on my way. Delial is also someone who really reliably will, especially on early moves, run the clock down, really just trying to look at everything. I think that is a smart thing to do. I often don't have the patience for it, though I'm hoping I obtain that patience for playing tournament games, because they are arriving. He says he doubts the 4 trick is going to work again. Well, I should check if it's okay. To say the things he sends me. But curious to see what he does here. All right, he says it's fine. That's good. Didn't want a privacy invasion here, and may have been doing so accidentally. What you got? We gonna get a weak corner? It's hard to do a weak corner when you have so many up-down cards, right? Because they don't really make weak corners. Huh. We're gonna try to play against my left weakness. So I can take that from 2 a whole bunch of ways, and he can't take back. So that's where we're gonna start thinking. We're gonna rule out Zidane, both because I think Zidane has some future play, but also because he can same wall it back. And that looks hideous. 8A, 4, 7, and 2. What's the point? Is he trying to fancy pants me and play like 8-1, 8A in 6? That seems really optimistic. 6, 6, 7A in 6, right? And gives A4, 9, 5 both sides on my card. It's risky. 7, 9, 8, 4 is a combo back from 4 if it goes 5, but he is a combo back after. Okay. I see. So if I go 8A, 4, 7, 2, he's going to hit me with Mustadio in 6. I do believe. And that looks like a nice reply. So it's my other capture. A3, 6, 8. But I'd like to hold on to A3, 6, 8. I would. Because I could play that in 9. That's another move to consider. A3, 6, 8. See if any big combo setups. Hard to set up against that 3. But also if he makes a threat in 5, that's probably going to be good enough. What would the threat in 5 be? Probably has to play A4, 9, 5, and 6 if he wants to set up that way. I block 3. He has the combo in 2 with 8, 9, 6, 5. Yeah, fair enough. I don't think that's a great position for me. So, what else to do? If I play a 9, I assume he blocks 2. So I kind of would like to not give him that space. Deli is very good at getting me out of my standard instincts, at covering moves that are desirable to me. Okay. If he goes 2, it's really hard for me to have something good in 3. And depending on what he puts would really change what I'd be likely to put in 6. Gosh darn it, I think he's done it again. No idea what to do. A3, 6, 8, and 9 is a move. I can make that move. Doesn't feel great. I would love to get one of 8, 6, 8, 4 or 7, 9, 8, 4 out of my hand because those cards are balls here. But again, I have so little combo play, right? If 7, 9, 9, 8, 4, and 3, like, I have no play against his capture in 6. Not that he ever does capture in 6, but... But I can't find... Yeah, he's trying to play many moves in advance, he says, but I think he's doing such a good job of it. Because he's doing a great job of crowding out all the moves I want to make. So he definitely has this right weakness. And I gotta focus in and go for the right weakness, I think. I wonder what he's going to put in 2. That's going to be the card. If I go in 9, what is he actually putting in 2? If he puts 8, 4, 9, 5... No, I still don't get safety in 3. That's so depressing. Hmm. 8, 4, 9, 5 also dominates if my 8, 6, 8, 4, 7, 9, 8, 4 ever land in 5. So there's lots of lines where I just can never get them out of my hand. Which is undesirable. Okay. I think I will start in 9, and I'm intending to meet a move in 2 with one of 8, 6, 8, 4 or 7, 9, 8, 4 and 6. Because 8, 8, 4, 7 and 5 after, he does not have good combo play against. And so I can start cutting off squares he has good combo play. And I do have a real threat in 5. And I might have play against the cards he would want to put in 5. Though I probably don't. But I think we'll start with this move. He says he would enunciate. Sorry, I should read exactly what he actually said. If I didn't have such trouble enunciating how I'm trying to play too many moves in advance, I'd offer to verbally break these moves down for you. Yeah. 29 people online. Nice. What a day. Big Sunday. And Chickeny and Smokes are playing. Smokes has gone for an all 8, 7, 6 forehand. Classic. Chickeny has gone for... It's very popular these days to have a 7, 6, 7, 4 or a 7, 4, 7, 6, and then have Silver Dragon and Harloot around it. Chickeny hasn't quite gone for that. I should just bring up the game so you can see what I'm talking about. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Which screen do you see? You see the Delial screen. Good. Alright. Let's take a quick peek at Chickeny Smokes. So Chickeny has the 7, 4, 7, 6, and then there's a 7, 6, 4, 8, and usually a 4, 8, 7, 6, but he's gone for a 4, 6, 7, 8. 8, 5, 8, 4, and 6, 8, 6, 4 are common cards to be put in these hands, but you do have some maneuverability on the last few cards. There are a bunch of different versions. Race the Majir, I think, originated the idea. Seto and Midas have played various versions. I think a lot of Brotherhood of Seed players do these hands. I like the look a lot of Smokes' move. I think this is a good move for putting pressure on. It is a move Smokes can recapture. It is a move Chickeny has difficulty capturing from 6, and importantly, also has some difficulty capturing from 2, right? Chickeny's hand wants to see 8s go side to side, not so much up and down. 8-5, 8-4 provides some coverage. 7-4, 7, 6, and 5, there it is a very normal move to be making here. Because it does set up. But even then, you've got a bunch of cards. You've got now 2 cards for 6, and that's great. But Smokes does 2, and one of his card for 6, 4, 7, 6, 8, is also good in 2. And also, Chickeny still doesn't have a great capture himself in 2. He has to have 6, 8, 6, 4 in the hand to do that capture, and 6, 8, 6, 4 is unlikely to have kind of winning power because it is so easy to capture. So I like the look of Smokes' starter. Now Chickeny's hand may work well enough this isn't actually a problem, but we do have to find another move now. Against Chickeny's hand, my instinct would be make it up-down, but Smokes' hand isn't that amazing up-down. So I don't know, actually. Let's check back in on my game. See if Delial's up to anything. He is not yet. Again, I know he thinks his hand is just worse than mine, but I just want to tie here. I hate my 4s to the left. I do not feel at all comfortable in this position. But whichever card he puts in 2, I think is something of a concession. Now 2 is the very standard square to play. It doesn't mean he has to play there. But if he puts 8-1, 8A in 2, I get a free square in 3. So he's not going to do that. If he puts 8-9, 6-5 in 2, I also get a clear square, potentially, maybe in 3. Maybe I don't. But I can certainly... I have more play in 3 than I did before. If he puts something like 6-6-7A in 2, suddenly moves like 8A, 4-7 in 6 pop out because I have this big same threat, or plus threat in 5 that's pretty scary for him. And if he puts A4, 9-5, then A4, 9-5 no longer dominates all those leftward 4s in my hand and all the other lines where it was a real nuisance. So hopefully that speaks of good things to come. In the other game, you can see 8-7, 6-4s are very powerful cards, but sometimes they do lose some steam against each other, right? They're really good at handling 8s, 6s, 4s, all the even numbers. And 7s, except when they're kind of organized just right, can be a bit of a nuisance. 7s can be a bit of a nuisance. And gotta be careful about that. Of course, they have power to overpower 7 in a lot of spaces. Someone's in hysterics downstairs. This is strange, but that's okay. We're focusing on our game and on Smoke's game. 2 Vincent avatars. Not seen that often. When in doubt, I think opposite corner play can be good. Because for their starter to be good, they often have a lot of numbers that have to play well around that. And it sort of just stretches the defense, right? It means they sort of need cards that are playing well in both parts of the board. I still kind of maybe threaten 8-8, 4-7 in 2. I obviously got rid of my card that is best at capturing from 2, but that doesn't mean they can forget about it entirely. They still probably at this point can hit me back with 6-6, 7A, and 6. But, they probably can. It is a shame because I have that plus wall in 4 if A4, 9, 5 lands in 5, 7, 9, 8, 4, and 4. But as long as they hold on to 8, 1, 8A, that play is just dead. So, complicated game. If no one wins this game, I'm going to split up the videos and record another because, maybe we drew the A4, 9, 5 out. The A4, 9, 5 goes in 2. Forgot I should be putting in the moves, but I shouldn't do it during my turn. I should think first, because time is a precious commodity. So 8A47 sets up 7984 in both. If I put 8A47, which is I think in 6 is my main move to play in this structure. 8A47 in 6, 7984 has both 1 and 5. They have no threat on 8A47 from, sorry, both 3 and 5. They have no threat on that from 3, and he doesn't have a card that can recapture Sarah from 5. So if I play 8A47 and 6, the standard move is he blocks 3, stick a card there, probably 667A, but doesn't, not 667A. His point is he combos back. If I play 7, 9, 8, 4, and 5, he has 667A in 8. So if I go 8A47 in 6, he goes in 3 with a different card. Say, well, one of the others. I probably have to block 5 there. I don't have a great way to do it. Can also play an 8. 8's a tricky move to make well, though. Shame that move in 6 isn't good. That's, again, he's very clever. 8-6-A4 in 8. I have a threat in 5. If he sets up, he can't really set up a Z because no card of his is good in 5. I think 8-9-6-5 is both a card he really wants to hold on to. Maybe he can. Maybe he just can. Either of the ones with an A to the left, I think he can't get away with because he gives me 4, and 4 is too strong. But the card with a 5 to the left, I do get the same in 6, but it might not matter. It's 5-5. And I don't really have a good move. Everything's so comboable by his hand. Maybe I can play, yeah, okay. If I go 8-6-A4 and 8, and he goes 8-9-6-5 and 5, I can play... No, I can't. I was thinking I can play 8-A-4-7 and 7. He combos it, but I combo back in 6, but it's not enough. I only have 3 cards locked in there. I lose. Okay. Okay. Every game against Deli. Never an easy one. My cards just don't fit. He does such a good job of making your cards not fit. What was the problem with 8-8-4-7 and 6? It was he plays one of the top 2 cards in 3. That doesn't take, though. That doesn't take. So if I block 8 after that, he can go 5. Specifically with 8-9-6-5, and that's the problem. So then he has to have used, so if I go 8A47 in 6, he goes 818A in 3. I go, say, 7984 in 8. I lose. I just lose. He just plays 5. What am I doing? Well, we know we've gotten a certain card out of his hand at least. Is that worth anything? Probably not. Ugh, come on, come on. Just doesn't work. Eight A 476, 818A3. Where do I go? It's so close. If I could go 55A95, he goes 89658. Neither of my cards works. I've set him up with a plus if I go in 7 at the end. Oh man, that doesn't work. Doesn't work. Nothing works. What do we do? Gotta make a move. Complete panic. At least he can't take it from 3. I think we've blown it. That's okay. I guess I can now put in the scores. We'll pop you over to the Smokes game. And hope things go better for him. The main moves here are 2, 4, and 9, any of which can be viable. And we'll come look at that in a moment, but first we'll look at this. I'll type in my game where Delial is completely eviscerating me yet again. Just having a very hard time getting a bearing. And one of a weakness I think I have in general is if there's not a clear line to look at, I often flounder and end up not really calculating anything. That's something I've attempted to work on. But in this specific type of position, yeah, this is just horrible. He just goes 3. Just goes 3. Eight 818A3, I think is game. None of these games did I just like. I have no combo potential. There's no sneaky move in 7 that suddenly creates things. But I think 818A and 3 is just game over. The problem in so many of these lines was I can't play Zidane in 5 because 8965 in 8, and neither of my cards can go in 9. I just set up Mustadio to block them. And maybe I can play 8A47 in 5. I've surrendered to him off camera, so hopefully that messes with him. We're looking to win the mental war, not the actual triple triad skill war. And see how that goes. in the Smokes game, the problem, or what I would be tempted to play 8, 6, 4, 7, and 9. I know I said 7 earlier was the critical square, 2, 4, or 7, but I meant 2, 4, or 9. I'd be tempted to go there. Not entirely sure why. Just feels like the square locks in a card. Does concede a bunch too. Probably not so good. Yeah, no, it doesn't look good. Alright, so in that case, I'd be thinking of 2. 2 seems, in that case, the right place to play. Not sure with which card, but I would expect to move in 2 in that game. Alright, back to here. 8-1, 8A, and 3. Can I go 8A, 4, 7, and 5? They can't double capture me. No, of course not. Yeah, no, I just have no captures at the end. So I was thinking they can't double capture me with 8, 9, 6, 5 because I control that with the same wall, but he can just play Mustadio and 8, and he's up 6, 4, and I have no captures I can play. Because 8, 9, 6, 5 dominates my 7, 9, 8, 4. What a garbage card. Yeah. So if he goes 8, 1, 8A, and 3, I cannot play 5. Zidane 5 loses to 8, 9, 6, 5, and 8. Which is so sad, because I have 2 ways to take it, and he has no captures, but it all sets up the captures. I can't play 8A, 4, 7, and 5. He plays Mustadio 8. I can't play Rosa in 5 because he plays Mustadio 8. So that's all a catastrophe. So I have no ties in 5. I think if I go 8, he can also just play 8, 9, 6, 5, and 5. Oh, but maybe Mustadio's dead there, right? Maybe I've been double counting cards, where I just assumed in previous lines that he would have Georg there, or 818A, whatever its name is. All right, Smokes does go in 2, so let's briefly see that. Smokes has gone in 2. Go Smokes, go. Little worried that his 4, 7, 6, 8 might end up dead. If Chickeny just takes from 1, it looks scary, but not so bad. Because Smokes, if Chickeny takes in 1, Smokes can definitely play 4. He'll be up 6, 4. They double capture in 8, but he has a double capture at the end. Or it'll be 5, 5. They double capture. They go up 7, 3. But he has the sufficient captures at the end. Yeah. Okay. So Smokes should at least survive there. Alright, so in our game, we do see Georg in 3. And I think his name is Georg. I keep saying that, but I'm not actually sure. What was the tie I thought I just saw? 8A, 4, 7 in 8? Is that it? But that doesn't work at all. Why would I think that was it? That doesn't work. So, okay, actually, 8A, 4, 7, and 8. If they play Mustadio 5, they flip everything. So they're up 8 to 2, and I can play 5, 5, A9, and 4, and I actually flip 4 things back, and I'm safe. So he cannot play Mustadio in 5. If he plays 8, 9, 6, 5, and 5, he flips 1 thing, I can play Rosa in 4, and I escape with a tie. Okay. So neither move in 5 beats me. That's very lucky. If he goes in 4 with 8, 9, 6, 5, Mustadio in 7 isn't doing anything, so I'm fine. If he goes in 4 with Mustadio, then I can capture Mustadio from 7, and he only has 1 recapture in 5. So, okay, 5 and 4 don't win for him. What about 9? If he goes, or what about 7? If he goes Mustadio in 7, I can play Rosa in 5. and I get a tie. And if he goes 8, 9, 6, 5, and 7, he combos, he flips things, but again, I can go Rosa in 5. I think this is a tie. I think 8A, 4, 7, and 8. Let's make sure again, because this is obviously of tremendous importance. Let's start with 7. 8A, 4, 7, and 8. If he plays 8, 9, 6, 5, and 7, he combos things, goes up 7, 3. But, because he flips 2 things. He flips 8 and 9. So it's he's up 2. I play Rosa in 5. I flip 3 things back. I'm up 1. He only has 1 capture at the end. That ties. Okay. Mustadio in 7. I can play, again, Rosa in 5, and I flip something and we tie. He goes in 6 with 8, 9, 6, 5. I can definitely at least tie in 5. Though I have to be slightly careful, because Rosa in 5 there actually loses. I have to play Zidane in 5 there. That's cute. Because Rosa in 5 accidentally combos 8, 9, 6, 5, and Mustadio combos back. Ooh, close, but we survive. Yeah, we do survive. Okay. And lastly, if he goes 5, if he goes 8, 9, 6, 5, and 5, he flips 1 thing. He's up 1. And I play Rosa in 4, and I combo back lots of stuff. He has no captures. If he plays Mustadio in 5, he flips 3 things. He leads 8, 2. But I combo back in 4, and I flip so many things. But I do, importantly, I do not flip 8, so he does not combo back. Jesus Christ. This is not a series going well for me in the, like, win odds category. Alright, in the other game, our other featured match, it looks like they have navigated to a tie. Well played to both. Looks reasonably played. And, oh man. Deli thinks he predicted the move order correctly. We'll see if he's right. Yes, Deli also saw this, but probably saw it quicker than I did. Yeah, Deli says damn close again. It is remarkably close. But we're just out here surviving by the skin of our teeth, and survive we have, I suppose. So importantly, I can't play Rosa in 5. This is the one that I had checked. So he plays 8, 9, 6, 5, and 4. I will be playing Zidane in 5. And never in doubt. Easy tie. Easy game. Easy game. Easy game. No fear. We're playing fine. It's all okay. I'm gonna end this video, start a new one for future games. Be back soon.